Okay, hello everybody. I am Vormithrax, of course. This is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, and we're going to fire up a brand new challenge. We did a different challenge on Monday, but it kind of got out of hand. I can't play that challenge any further. It's already boring me to death and kind of silly easy for me. So I decided we're just going to call that one finished. I already won, basically, after the first session. And yeah, there we go. So, we're going to move on. We're going to pick something way, way harder, something that's actually going to give me some kind of a challenge. And I think I might have found one that's going to result in bloody, horrifying, mutating, goo-induced death and destruction for poor Vormithrax. So, I expect loads of pity and concern, as always. We'll see. I expect this is going to go poorly, so yeah, there's a lot about this that I'm really hesitating about, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun regardless. So what we're doing, we're going to do what I call the body horror challenge. We are going to play the high-tech, low-life scenario as a cyberjunkie named Tetsuo, who's afflicted with the new genetic downward spiral trait, and who turns to technology to enhance, offset, or manage my constantly devolving genetic condition. Am I going to be able to upgrade my bionics faster than my body falls apart through the mutations and survive the dangers of the apocalypse? So, yeah, I'm not even going to remotely try to set some kind of a mid-long-term goal for this one. This is going to be all about, can I even survive the first few days? So you'll see what I mean when we talk about some of the things that are going to happen here. It's going to be rough, so we'll see. Only thing I can say is at least I don't start infected, thank God. So we don't have that to deal with, but it's going to be pretty bad. So let's talk about why. Oh yeah, first other things, world settings. I am still on 8450 experimental version, which is fairly up to date, just a few days back. We're doing city size 6, city spacing 6 for this one. Zombie spawns are at 1.25, item spawns at 0.5. And then the rest is pretty much standard. Wanderspawn's on, static NPC's on, no starting NPC, Tilesets, MSX++, dead people. I am trying a new Soundpack though. It's the, I call it the 2-channel or 2CH Soundpack. It's a new one that I've seen Rycon use. I did use it on Monday, and it's pretty interesting, but it doesn't seem to have any kind of a background music to it. So I'll have some music playing, but that's not part of the Soundpack. That's a royalty-free Epic Music Soundpack, or Epic Music playlist from YouTube, which I can't quite find the comfortable volume balance on. So let me know in chat if it gets a little overwhelming, and I'll just turn it off. But I'll turn it back on once we actually get into play here. Yeah, so I think that's it. Modlist is the same as I always use. No real changes there. So let's get into the character. Say hi to a few folks. I see folks jumping in here. Hey there, Trumpet Dog, Butchikowski, C. James Draw, welcome. Dark Fire Phoenix as well, of course. Circle Side, howdy howdy. Yeah, I see some people are getting the reference for the name. I thought it fit very, very well with the theme that I wanted to go with here, so yeah, we're going to be Tetsuo. Not Tetsuo the Iron Man, because that would be, yeah, not a good idea. Just Tetsuo. Any connection, therefore, is totally random and arbitrary and doesn't have anything to do with the actual movie. Yeah, so here's our character sheet. We are Tetsuo. Stats, 8, 8, 12, 9. So we're going high intelligence, because I'm going to hope to uninstall some really bad CBMs. You'll see the list here when we get started, but we start with a whole pile of pretty bad CBMs. So the high intelligence is going to help that out a bit. Plus, we are a bit of a, we're a cyberjunkie, so we've got things like fast reader, and we also have stimulant psychosis, which you may not be aware of. That's another one that's fairly new. Let's actually take a look at a few of these things. So we're doing the high-tech low-life. We're going to be starting in the shady basement. So we're going to start with, excuse me, a autodock basement that we'll be able to deal with. So that part's good, but in a test I did, the chances to remove bad CBMs is still obscenely high, so I will rant and rave about those percentages, as I always do. But no, I will not be using Safe Autodock or any of the other mods. Alright, so there's the Cyberjunkie. Here he is in his default glory. So Electronics 1, First Aid 1, Computers 1. some basic gear. He does start with 3 anesthetic kits, and if we're lucky, we'll start with 3 more on the shelf in the basement. Pocket knife and a backpack, all good, I guess. Low top running or tennis shoes, so wonderful. And here's the bionics. So some good, mostly bad. We've got the internal furnace, which is our power generation. Sensory dulling, which allows us to basically install bionics. Trying to remember, does that let you ignore the anesthetic kits? I thought it did. So, I haven't ever used it before, so we might have to test that if we toggle it on and see if we can do the surgery without using the anesthetic kits. We have internal climate control, not that big a deal. Here's the bad ones, though. Itchy metal thing is bad. Bionic short circuit's bad. Leaky bionic is the worst, long term. Endocrine innervator, visual disruptor, motor control overstimulator, and then finally a little bit of power storage. So this whole middle section here is all bad. Bad stuff. We need to get some of those out post-haste. Yeah, so we'll see. That'll give us, what, 6 anesthetic kits likely, plus with the sensory dulling, I'm pretty sure we can do surgery without even using the anesthetic kits. So hopefully we'll get to try over and over again, and we're going to fail a bunch, but we're going to keep trying. Hopefully we don't just flat out kill ourselves with a failed attempt. That would be pretty bad. But yeah, so the goal is to get rid of the bad bionics and start installing good bionics as quickly as possible, because we are starting with the genetic downward spiral trait. This is a new one. It costs 12 points. That's the maximum negative traits you can possibly get. This is the highest and hardest one you can possibly start with. So, yeah, take a look at the details. The events of the Cataclysm have damaged your DNA beyond repair. You mutate frequently, and all mutations you receive from any source are negative. No positive traits whatsoever, all negative, and you can't control it. It's just going to keep mutating you. So, that is bad. To compensate for that, on the positive side, I took Fast Healer. Hopefully that helps us out a bit, both with some of the traits we're going to get, but also recovering from failed bionic removals. I suspect we're going to fail a bunch. We're going to do a bunch of damage to ourselves. We're going to have to heal it up as quickly as possible and try again. It's going to be really critical that I get rid of those negative bionics as quickly as possible, because having the genetic downward spiral occurring while I've got bad bionics, if that keeps going for any length of time, this will be over quick. So it's going to be down to, can we get the worst of the bionics out as quickly as possible before we actually get any horrendous genetic mutations. I also picked Fast Reader. Pretty obvious. We're a high intelligence character, Cyberjunkie, and we're going to be a fast reader to help us get through books really, really quickly with our intelligence boost and the Fast Reader trait. Hopefully we can speed through them and get certain things done. I'm really going to be looking for first aid books and computer books, things like that, to aid us in the removal of bionics and the installation of bionics. Then we've got Night Vision. Pretty standard. I don't have any combat abilities on this character whatsoever, so movement and vision are going to be my only real benefits, and I do not have any of the normal movement traits that I take. So this guy is pure computer jock. He's just Fast Healer's the closest thing he's got to any kind of a physical bonus. Everything else is just learning and things like that. And then finally, Stimulant Psychosis, which is a positive trait, supposedly. Costs 2 points. This one's also new. You have a unique history with stimulants like coffee or amphetamines. You can tolerate a lot more of them without overdosing. But if you indulge too much, you start seeing things. So I assume we're going to go into hallucination psychosis and such. Which will merge, interestingly, with our bad bionics, depending on the combinations. So, yeah, good stuff. We'll see what happens. That's the traits. That is positive and negative. There's, like I said, our stats, 8, 8, 12, 9. Our skills, all I did was basically buff the skills we started with. I spent the points I could there. So we're sitting at computers, we'll be starting at 4, electronics 4, and first aid 4. And even with those, our chance to remove these bad CBMs is really, really bad. So, yeah, there we go. Tetsuo. Genetic downward spiral, stimulant psychosis, whole bunch of bad bionics. Gonna be a good time. Alright, so that's where we're starting from. I haven't jumped into the world yet. Anytime I start a new series, I like to start on this screen so you guys can see that I'm starting into a brand new randomly generated world. Howdy, Pip-Boy. Lajawonk. Welcome, Shinigami. Mark Giroux. Other people I can't see. Artsy. Noam Chomsky. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Yeah, this one's going to be rough. No combat skills whatsoever. No movement skills of any note. Just night vision. And that's it, really. So, how I'm going to survive and actually kill anything, I don't know. Running away is going to be difficult. We are going to start in a city of some type. In the basement of a house. So, at least I hope it's in the basement of a house. Better be a really nice little residential area I can kind of hopefully maneuver around in. Yeah, Pip-Boy. I don't like talking about previous challenges, but I'm not even going to upload that one to YouTube, so I don't mind. Yeah, I stopped it. It was just way too easy. Once I survived the first 15-20 minutes of it, it was just easy mode from then forward. I just know too much about the game to play with high item drop rates. I can do just about anything when I do it that way, so it's not really tough. This, though, I think is going to really put me under some pressure, so I'd much rather do this kind of thing. All right, I think it's time. It's time. Let's turn on some music. Hopefully it's not too loud. And we're going to say, yes, we're finished. What do we get? All right, so there's the basement. I'm going to check the map first. Ooh. Good sized little city area. We're right on the intersection of the commercial and the residential districts, which doesn't make me real happy. I would have preferred a nice, chunky residential area for me to maneuver around in. House, office, house, grocery store, candy shop, furniture, and post office. Yeah, not a really good selection of houses around us either. Liquor store, music, gun store. This is actually a pretty weird looking city with the changes they've made to the residential and commercial areas. This is a lot less distinct than I see most of these size cities generate as now. Huh. Alright, well. However, we'll run with it. So we got a homeless camp right up against that thing? We do. Usually the homeless camps are set off a little ways. I can't imagine a homeless camp is raising the property value of that house right there. That homeowner's probably a little annoyed if he wasn't undead. Alright, we do have a bookstore. I'm going to try to get to that bookstore as quickly as possible. Library? Nope, landfill. How about recycle? No recycle centers. Alright. Here's the inventory. Pocket knife, yay. We got a little bit of cutting ability. We got some aspirin, 3 anesthetic kits, the backpack, and some really basic clothing. I'm not even sure that's enough to keep us warm. I don't think it is. Shorts and a tank top? That's probably not even enough to keep us warm in New England springtime. So that'll be another problem we'll have to deal with. At least we can see a little bit. So am I getting anything more than the magical distance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I should have. That's what I do have. So with 9 perception, it's perception divided by 3, gives us base 3 night vision, and then the night vision trait gives us 2 more for a total of 5, which I find is a nice comfortable number. Only costs 1 point to get the perception to 9, and then 2 points for the night vision trait. And I find that it just really raises your survivability. So I think it's well worth the points. During character gen, comic book, some multivitamins, that is good. Nothing down there. So Awesome is a good one. Looks like we do have a broken cyborg in the back room. So we'll take a look at him in a second. Gallon jug of wine and some dark cola. No problem. Alright, so you can see we've got 250 power. So let's take a look at some of these things. Internal furnace just means we can stuff items into our furnace to generate power. So it's a pretty good one. As long as you got any kind of raw materials nearby, you can just stuff them in there and get your bionic power back fairly quickly. Sensory dulling, if you look at the details, your nervous system is wired to allow you to inhibit the signals of pain, allowing you to dull your senses at will. However, the use of this system may cause delayed reaction time and drowsiness. So, can cause problems. I'd only use it in combat situations if I started stacking up a lot of pain and was getting a lot of negatives that I needed to temporarily get rid of to survive. Otherwise, we're primarily going to use it to do installation or removals of CBMs when we've got the ability to do so. And then internal climate control just basically lets us maintain and aid the effects of high and low ambient temperatures. So actually, we may be comfortable if I turn this on while we're walking around. Without the passive power generation, though, that can be a bit of a problem. I don't want to have to keep feeding the furnace just to keep the internal climate going. And then here's the really bad ones. Itchy metal thing. So this one will basically cause constant itching and problems. It'll interrupt us all the time, so it's got to go. The bionic short circuit will occasionally cause us some muscle tremors and such. It's not great, but it's not anywhere near the worst of these. This is the one that has to go. Absolutely has to go, even if I put myself in danger of death in trying to remove it. We're going to have to put up with a lot of failed attempts, probably, but we're just going to keep hammering away until we get rid of this thing. Because long-term, this is what kills you. This thing basically poisons your immune system over time. Your hidden health stat goes down and down and down, and the secondary effects of that will basically kill you eventually. So, you got to get rid of the leaky bionic as quickly as possible. Endocrine Enervator just means we're going to get tired faster. It drains our energy, basically. It's not good, but it's not something like Leaky Bionic that you got to get rid of right damn now. Visual Disruptor, that will lower our sight range and I believe also cause hallucinations. And then Motor Control Overstimulator. This will, I think, shock us and knock us down. Yeah, falling on your face and writhing around at the least convenient times. So, it could be bad. Could be very bad. Short duration stun. That could be not good, depending on what we're doing. So there you go. But by far, the Leaky Bionic, that thing's got to go. All the rest of them I can deal with on a long-term basis and survive. But the Leaky Bionic, if that stays in there for any length of time, combined with what's going to happen to us genetically, is going to kill us. Alright, so that's the Bionics. Let's look at the mutations. So there's the genetic downward spiral. That's the one that's going to be the worst, and it's going to be constant. No way to get rid of it, and no way to improve it, so all the mutations we get are going to be negative. Stimulant Psychosis just basically lets us tank down coffee and amphetamines and so on at a higher tolerance than most folks have, but we can overdo it and hallucinate. And then Fast Reader, Fast Healer, Night Vision are all pretty straightforward. Okay, so carry capacity, we've got 11 capacity, we're only at 0.78, that's good. First, we're going to go deal with the cyborg. How am I going to deal with the cyborg? I need to... I don't think I can get him to knock the door down for me. Let's go try to break a chair. Die, chair! I don't like you! Yeah. I'm not even sure, strength 8, that I can break a chair. Not having much luck. About a table. Nope. Well, I guess we'll go say hi to him. You want to come out here for me? No? Yeah, you're just going to wander. Hey, we'll beat him to death with a mop. Bash of 6. Couple of hits. Alright, dude. It's enough of that. Tell you what, we'll just lead you upstairs maybe instead. They don't do a lot of damage. My fast healer trait, I'm not worried about the little incidental stuff. He's going to be a little pesky down here, though. I wouldn't mind leading him upstairs. I'm just worried about getting spotted by other things. Come here, you. Get over here. Follow me upstairs. Let's go find out what kind of nonsense we're dealing with. And we're already spotted. And there's already a shock zombie. This is already going bad. Very, very bad. We had to pop up in a room with windows. That's got a door going the other way. That's good. Oops. I was hoping to get far enough away to get him distracted. More zombies. It's likely I'm going to have to just run away from this house and then come back. This place is just infested. Look at this. Arrgh. Let's see here. Alright. I really wasn't expecting, like, 9 zombies to be in the building with me. Might have to rethink the start of this one, how I'm going to deal with it. So, I think I have to run back down to the basement and at least check the auto dock room real quick, see if there's any CBMs down there. Alright, all you guys play with that guy while I go check the basement. Whoops. What the hell, game? Where did he come from? There was a cyborg right there for him to get distracted by. Alright, now I'm a little annoyed. That shouldn't have been possible. Oh, the cyborg came down with me. Lovely. Alright, well, you guys play around with each other. Let me come back here and check real quick. That's useless. Internal storage CBM. How am I going to do this? So, let me demonstrate. So, our int is low. We've got itchy skin, we've got some pain. Let's go ahead and take a vitamin, or an aspirin, I mean. Let some time pass. Alright, so we're at our 12 base intelligence. Here's what I'm looking at. If I choose to uninstall a bionic, and then choose the leaky bionic, 63% chance of severe damage to all body parts. 63% with 12 intelligence, 4 computer, 4 first aid. Man, that's rough. And yes, I am going to complain about the numbers. No, I'm not going to use safe auto dock or any of the other stuff. This is a big part of the game. It's been this way for a while, so apparently it's intended to be this way. So I'll just grumble. I'll make noise like I usually do, and if somebody wants to pay attention and adjust these a bit, that's up to them. But yeah, that seems pretty brutal. 63% severe damage. I could theoretically kill myself based on that. If I get the highest damage random variable. I don't know what my 8 strength guy starts with health-wise. I suspect it's right around the max that I could take damage-wise. So I could just flat-out kill myself. No, this is removing a damaged CBM specifically. So this is uninstalling a CBM. Has nothing to do with the installation. You'll see, I'll show you the installation numbers in a second. They're not great either. But this is the way you kill yourself. So 63% chance of severe damage, 37% chance it will come out normally. So I don't believe there's any other negative consequence. We're going to wait on this for a second though. Let me show you the other numbers. So if we try to remove, the leaky, same numbers. I'm not sure. I think it might be the same for all of them. Yeah, it's pretty much the same for all of them. It doesn't seem to accommodate difficulty factors or things like that. Maybe all the faulty bionics have the same difficulty. Here's the installations, though. If I try to install that internal storage CBM, 37% fail chance. So, yeah. It'd be funny if I failed it and gave myself another faulty CBM that was really horrible. Alright, now, I don't need, if I turned on the sensory dulling, I could do these things without resorting to the anesthetic kits. That's going to be the thing that has the largest chance of saving me in this situation. So, the damage I can heal up. We've got fast healer. As long as I've got health and, food and a nice quiet place to rest up, we could just make an attempt, rest, make an attempt, rest, make an attempt, rest. So, we will get it done, even with the bad numbers, as long as I can get to a point where I've got a little bit of food on hand and my other basic needs covered. But we're not there yet. It would also help if I was able to get a hold of some enhancing pharmaceuticals. So, something to raise our intelligence a bit, and then making the other attempt. I think it's like 4% per intelligence point, something like that, that we gain. to increase our chances. So, we'll also be looking for the books, of course, so we can raise our first aid and computer skills to aid us in these. So I've got to kind of balance when I make the attempts and such. But we're going to have to probably leave this building. So it's way too crowded up here. I wasn't expecting to have so many zombies actually in the building with me. So we'll make a note here. Auto dock house. They can't do much to the basement down here. Even if they tore up the upstairs, I'd still be able to get to the basement. So I'm not overly concerned on that part of it. We're going to leave the anesthetic kits here. I don't really need them. And I'm going to leave the ones I'm carrying as well. So we got 6 of them sitting here. I'll leave the internal storage. No need to carry it as well. Alright, so I think we're going to have to bail, though. We're going to have to go upstairs, and we're going to probably work our way northwest. See if we can find a spot somewhere up here, maybe this outlier house up here, to kind of hang out in and camp in if I can manage it. As always, it's going to be rough early game without any movement abilities and so on. No combat abilities to speak of. That's going to hurt me more than anything. Plus, it's broad daylight in the city. So, we survived the first little bit. I got a little bit of time. I'm hesitant to just sit in here and try to remove the leaky over and over again. I'd get 1, maybe 2 attempts. The second attempt would be rolling the dice on just flat out killing myself. Even the first attempt could theoretically do it. So I'm debating, how do I go about this? Do I take a day or two to retreat back to a different position, then sneak forward at night back to here to do the uninstalls? Or do I risk the uninstalls now? That leaky is... I can't express enough how bad that leaky bionic is. The longer it's in, the worse it's going to be. And I don't know, this is the very first time I played with this new genetic downward spiral. I don't know how often we're going to negatively mutate. So if I don't know if it's once a day, I don't know if it's 50 times a day. I have no idea the scale and the speed with which this is going to cause problems. So, yeah, there's a lot of questionables in this one. If I installed a leukocyte breeder, I have never managed that combination, so I can't answer the question. I don't know if the one will offset the other enough. They could be mirror images of each other. I don't know the internal numbers, so I can't answer that one. Either Frantic Survivor. It's the latest patch version as of a couple of days ago. It's not today's patch. It's from Monday. I updated on Monday. You guys and your pack rat mentalities and needs. The more I play, the less crap I carry around. I almost never install that internal storage. For a combination of reasons. I also play on really, really low item spawns, so I never have enough anesthetic kits to go around when I'm having to choose between much, much more important CVMs. Internal storage is always way the hell down on the list. And never gets installed. So there's too many other solutions to that problem. Using a precious, precious anesthetic kit for a couple of liters of internal storage just is not worth it in my book. But hey, man, you do you. Yeah, if you're playing Pokemon Cataclysm and you have to collect all the things, then sure, grab it. Throw it on your double backpack, double duffel bag self, and go on your merry way with your 150 storage capacity. Alright, so we're leaving this stuff behind. Neither one of them do I need to carry around with me. There's no point to doing so. We'll just leave them here. Nothing in this room I need. Salt water, nah, we'll have plenty of opportunities for that kind of stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to break a locker either. I do want the gallon jug. I'll leave the cola. Cyborg beat up the zombies. Good job, Cyborg. What did you leave me? A large bottle of cola and a cash card. Nothing else. How are you looking, Cyborg? Lightly injured. I'm thinking of drawing some more zombies down here for the Cyborg to take care of for me. They could bring me some gear. Hey, zombies. Come over here. Whoops. That's interesting. What the hell did that just do? I'm... Apparently the zombie pushed me back off the stairs or something interesting. Alright, come this way, zombies. I want to introduce you to Mr. Cyborg. Whoa, where the hell are you going, zombie? That guy is moving weird. Alright, there you go. We will use our environment to our tactical advantage. Next! Come on, you guys. There you go. How you doing? Still lightly injured. Doing good. You should kill a few of the local zombies for me. Maybe we can clear out this local... Oh, vision pixelated. Alright, step away from there. Come on, get out of here. There you go. Oh, he brought me some pliers. Cool. I guess I should start smashing up some corpses too. Lighter, we'll take that. Another cash card. Good job, zombie. Alright, let's go to run mode just for a moment. Back to walk mode. Who's next? Hey now. Alright, they're not cooperating with me here. There you go. Next. The hell? Oh. That's interesting. Wonder if that's my Psychosis changing what the graphic looks like there. He's fighting the Shady. I can't see it because I'm too far away. It's gonna be interesting when the Shady dies and his body pops into existence. Yeah, like so. Break-in, combat boots. Who's next? Come on, you guys. Everybody line up. Whoops. We got tagged by the thing while I was butchering or pulping corpses there. Alright, you're being a little pesky now. I'm running out of stamina. Might have to go hide in the closet for a minute. Yeah, let's go hide in the closet for a minute. Alright, got our stamina back. Hey, buddy. I'll bring you some more friends. you doing? Still lightly injured. He's doing pretty good. Whoops. Scissors. Don't need scissors. Grab the seeds. Next up. Oh, do we clear the local area? Too many broken windows. That's not ideal. Grab the blanket and wear it. Whoa, what the hell was that? Did I, like, have a spasm and fall over? Is that why that guy got so many actions? Part of the problem with... they moved some of this around, which I think extended this list a bit, so I'm only getting a few lines of my chat log now because of the font that I use, so people watching the streams on phones and tablets can read the text. So sometimes I miss things, but it sure seemed like that guy came out of nowhere and hit me and leapt all around me. I'm not sure... No, it just took time apparently. I don't see any messages about us falling over or anything. Alright, I don't like this guy much. He's going to be a problem. Down we go. Where are you, buddy? I need you. There you go. You guys play. Let's drop this down here. Drop this other stuff too. It's really important. If I can clear the local zombies out of here and stay in this house, that'd be hugely important. I'll just lead the cyborg up top after a little bit, and then I'll be able to hang out down here without any problems. I think I got everything pulp except for those guys up north there. Alright, we haven't taken a bite or anything yet. Polo shirt. A flute. Take the flute. Alright, more zombies that way, of which those two can see me. Let's stop running. Skeleton. Be perfect if we've got some kind of cooking implement over in the kitchen. Haven't had a chance to get over to look yet. Oh no, that's not good. Alright. Hey, buddy. Now, we got everything pulped. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting challenge. As always, the first little bit here is gonna be me just trying to survive the first day. This broken cyborg is gonna be way more useful than I think most folks would really account for. Using things like this as an opportunity to kill all the zombies in the area is hugely important. He's actually still doing pretty good. He's still only lightly injured, and he's killed what, 8 zombies or so far. So bringing things into my murder basement here to introduce them to my buddy is going to work out pretty well for us if we can keep it up. But so far we haven't had the genetic chaos start, so we'll see just how things go. I don't know if you always start with the cyborg in these basements. I typically do see one in here, but if it's 100%, we can use this strategy on the restarts. Alright, how we doing over here? Severely injured. We are burning some time waiting for this. Hey, a heavy stick! I can break things now. I can use the heavy stick. Cool. Alright, not planning on fighting though. We'll leave that there. We had somebody else coming by, didn't we? Oh, a bloated? Bloated's not a big deal. I'll just go downstairs and wait out the poison. I'd really like to go see the kitchen contents, though. Come on, cooking implement. Yes! We got a pot! Alright, that was huge. That's a really big deal. Alright, grab that. I think I'm going to wear the 2 sheets real quick as well. I need more materials downstairs. Grab the long strings. More sheets. Seasoning salts. Break a leg, dance, dance, dance. Those are both actually pretty good for what I'm dealing with. Alright, speed is 92 currently. Can I avoid that just enough? Oh, got an acid zombie coming. That's not good. Acid zombie is going to be a problem. He's going to do some pretty serious damage to my buddy. Anything but the acid would have been good. Yeah, he's got... the cyborg's got pretty good armor protection. I don't know what his actual stats are. He's not usually hard to kill because he doesn't do much damage. If you have any kind of clothing or armor and a blunt weapon of some kind, you can usually beat him down without worrying about it too much. My guy, though, I mean, I'm running around in shorts and a t-shirt, so I've got no protection value, so he's nibbling on me a bit. But that acid zombie, he's an issue. He is a problem. If I lure him down to the basement, my cyborg buddy's gonna get killed. Which one dies first, I don't know, but my cyborg buddy will take a lot of damage because he'll just stand there in the acid pool the entire time. He won't try to move. Let's go downstairs for a sec. Divest ourselves of some items real quick. So I'm bringing down things that we'll need eventually. So the sheets we'll need for rags and such. Minor food items. We did get a pot, so we have a cooking implement. And we've got a lighter with 10 charges. That'll last us for a little bit. Got a music instrument to raise our spirits. Alright, I don't yet have a brazier or anything like that down here, and there's no oven in this basement. So I will need to get something set up if I'm going to set a fire. And the brazier we need to get some skills before we can put together. So that I'll have to do upstairs. I think I'm also likely going to dump out that wine so I can fill it up with water. We've got one toilet full of water. That'll last us for a day or so. Alright, so how am I going to do this? We're in moderate pain. I think I'm going to go ahead and activate the sensory dulling. And we'll wait a round or two. Mental pain. Power's dropping. Alright, pain's gone. Sensory dulling off. And give me the heavy stick. We're going to wield that. Let's turn on our furnace. Alright, I can eat the poor fitting sweater filthy for 39 energy. Sure, let's do that. What else we got? 63 energy, okay. We're still poisoned, so I gotta be a little careful here. Come on, skeleton. Come up and say hi to my buddy. Alright, let's eat some more sweaters while they fight it out. Alright, we're max power. Hopefully you can see how fun that is with the internal furnace. So he's dealing with the skeleton, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that acid zombie. I don't have a damage ability. I'd really like to lead him away. So I might do that. We might actually make a run. See if we can get to the grocery store, then back to the house, and then work our way in a kind of a counterclockwise circle here. And get back to this particular building. Man, I really wish that acid zombie hadn't shown up. If I had any speed bonuses, I'd be willing to smack him and back off, smack him and back off, that kind of thing, but this guy's got nothing. Pain came back as well. Let's take another aspirin. Alright, he killed the Skell. Nothing too exciting there. He's still sitting at lightly injured. So I can't see the acid zombies. Last time I saw him, he was somewhere up here. He might have wandered a bit. Let's see. So we can see the house behind me has got windows here and here. If I try to go out this way, it's going to expose me to anything to see me out this direction. Otherwise, this little back alley here looks fairly nice and confined. I might be able to move out that way. Or I could go through the kitchen out this window and across, or hook around. I don't know if a candy store has a back door or window. I don't think it has any windows. I'm not sure if it has a back door. Let's go this way. We've got some carry capacity. Oops, I didn't drop the book. Or the pot. Alright, back down. Go ahead and wear the scarf and activate it to loosen it. Alright, no surprise meetings with, there's a hazy cloud in the doorway. I can't quite see it right here. Apparently there is. We're going to step into it anyway, because it won't dissipate, and now I've got a zombie here. Great, I'm going to get poisoned because of this. Let's go back the other way. Alright, let's bring some more zombies down. Hey, shady zombie, where the hell did you go? Ah! Alright, gas cloud's gone. I could bash up the bed for the rags, get those shuttled down. We're going to need some of that for some crafting purposes. Or it's make the crossing and hope that I don't attract too much more attention. Thunderstorm outside. I really like to increase my range, get up north and cross over here, but it's all poison cloud up in here still. Hasn't dissipated yet. Peek! It's looking pretty clear. Let's go ahead and do it. Well, it was clear. Crap. Oh, and zombies up there too. Now we got a bunch of them. Alright, we're going to be playing the zombies running around in the circle game. Another basement. What do we got in the basement next door? Rec center basement. What the hell? They're directly adjacent to each other. Wow, that's weird. That map memory freaked me out. I was like, what? What am I looking at? And that's the other basement. They're right adjacent to each other. That's kind of entertaining. If I get a pickaxe and go through the walls here, I could have adjoining basements. Alright, so we got access to another... Oh, that's hilarious. We're actually in range now of the reality bubble, so the guy is over here fighting that zombie I left down there. Well, this is pretty interesting. This gives me a secondary fallback location. Ooh, winter gloves. Let's go see if there's anything in the... Oh, that's right. This is a rec room. Nothing else here. Well, that part sucks, but alright. We got another safe spot to run to, if nothing else. And now a bunch of zombies are about to break into the windows here, too. Let's see. That'll be a bathroom to my north. Let's go this way first. A lot of nothing. That's interesting, random thing laying around. Food dehydrator. That will help a bit. Alright, so this one's done. It does have a basement we can hide in on occasion. An office north of us, which again may or may not have an access point we can use. We're gonna have to go all the way around up to here. And I think the bakery might be similar. I think there is a back door right over here somewhere. So I've got a grabber zombie between me and there. I definitely don't want to go out the front. I think grabber zombie could see me. Now he can't, and he wandered the other direction. That's interesting. That rainstorm's really cutting down the visibility. I mean, look at this. He was 13 spaces away a second ago, and he couldn't see me. Direct line of sight. Lit up. So, that's the power of the thunderstorm. So, people have asked me once in a while about visibility and weather conditions, because I point it out every time I see it happen. That's how powerful it is. Oh yeah, zombies don't mind the water. That grabber is just going to kind of wander around in that spot right there, unfortunately. It's possible some of the poison has dissipated from that cloud. Hey, zombie. Make some noise. Track these guys in here. So we got a little bit more fire making capability. Charcoal. And some more cough syrup. Ah, there's the acid I was avoiding. He wandered further north and now I've got his attention. I gotta be really careful with this guy because I do not have any of the movement bonuses like you guys see me take quite often. So we've got none of the extra action points, extra movement, none of that stuff. And we're really cold. Apparently internal climate control needs to be turned on for a little bit. And their shady zombie is plugging the little alleyway I was about to try to head into. That's not good. And it looks like this dead ends because it butts right up against the other building, so I got nowhere to go. I don't want to go through the shadies into an unknown area. Got an acid zombie coming this way. There was a grabber zombie that's now in the house. Hey there, Nuka Citrus. This is not an ideal setup. None of the buildings to the south of me are going to be terribly useful. I fear crossing this big street to try to get to any of these houses. It's going to draw way more attention than it's probably worth. But I think I'm going to go that way to draw these guys off. Hey there, Mr. Zombie. Alright, so if I open this door, and I don't like what I see, I've got a zombie in this room. I can still retreat out this way, likely dodge around him, but there's going to be a acid zombie banging on this door right here. Once they take these doors down, I got to be a lot more careful. Alright, let's see what we got out here. Who's waiting for me? There's the pond. Nothing real close, that's good. Zombie child, zombie... None of this stuff can see me. Oh, the feral runner twins down here, those worry me. Oh no, that's triplets. That's the feral runner triplets. That's bad news for me. That could be my death right there. I wouldn't be able to stay ahead of these guys for any serious length of time. I would run out of stamina really quickly trying to get away from those guys. So if they spot me, bad times. And they're pretty much in the path that I was aiming for this house here, thinking that might be a good place to set up. It's kind of off by itself. No neighboring buildings, everything's across the road. But the horde indicators are pretty close to it, and that triple zombie runner, that'd be really rough for me to deal with, and hard for me to draw into the murder basement as well. So I only got